Hey, this is Ryan Fowler with Tide 102.9 in Tuscaloosa. Let's review the first 13 games. What's it been like for you? Evaluate your play.
I feel like it's been an okay season. You can always play better than what you have played. You can always, do things, cut down on penalties, things like that. But I think overall, it's been an okay season.
Let me talk about the offensive line and Brent Key. Obviously, Cristobal's still working with some of the tackles, but what's Brent Key brought to the staff?
He's done a great job. He has a great mind for the game. Teaches a lot of technical things. I think he's done a great job of coming in. Doing what coaches asked him to do.
Cam, when you look at the pressure of winning a national championship at Alabama, that's what you guys have created. I mean, you've won 4 out of 7. You're going for 5 out of the last 8. What is that pressure like? Is that the goal every single year to win a national title?
I don't think there's much pressure. I think like Coach says, you only feel pressure when you're not prepared. So I don't think it's pressure, but we definitely have an expectation to live up to. But we put the expectations on ourselves. We know how good we are. We know how good we can be, and when we're not playing to that potential, we're disappointed in ourselves. We know we have to get better at the same time, but we continue to want to get better each and every week.
Cam, when you look at Washington, I don't know if you've noticed, but their players are. I know they got another player here jumping in for an interview, but their players are a lot smaller. Have you noticed that?
They're not necessarily smaller. They're a little shorter in stature, but but they are they're not small by any aspect. I think their guys are like 6. Their guys are like 6'2" about, but they average. Their front. I think they average at least 310 have to be, but they're not the tallest guys. But they do have good size.
Will you enter the NFL draft?
Of Jonah Williams when he came in?
He's just a guy who came in, ready to compete for a job, worked hard. Worked hard each and every day. He was completely bought in, coming in and, learning. Just trying to be the best player that he could be.
You know how difficult it is to come in as a freshman. Did you help him at all? Is there anything that you could guide him in?
I just always threw, like little tips, just in places he could improve. Or, if he had any questions about anything, football-wise, or, just on how to deal with, the whole, starting as a freshman thing. But one thing about Jonah is, he's done a great job of just handling that situation, and it gets to a point where we kind of forget. We don't even think about the fact that he's a freshman. He's just one of the guys for us. And, we don't sit back and we don't think about the fact that he's like I said, 18 years old, and he is playing as well as he is at this high of a level.
Thanks.
Cam, are you going to the NFL draft?
I'm not. It's not something I've made in my mind about. I just want to play well this next game, and just continue to have fun while I'm still with my teammates.
What will that process be like?
It'll be something I just deal with when it comes, and that's something I focus on when it's time to focus on it.
Hey, thank you again. I really appreciate it, man.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Cam, we've seen this trend of guys not playing bowl games and might be heading off. Would you ever consider that?
No, never. That's never. That's not even an option.
Why not?
It's your last. You spent. Well, just in my opinion, I've spent 3 years with my. These guys are my brothers, man. There's nobody on earth I'd rather play football with. The love, the bond that I have with these guys and my coaches, man. And so my last collegiate. If it was my last collegiate football game, I just can't see myself. Sitting out, but I don't know those guys, reasoning for doing that, and I'm not here to judge those guys, but it's not an option for me. It's definitely not something I would even think about doing.
There's also been talk about expanding the playoffs, possibly. Do you think that's too much on players to play another game, maybe even 2 games, or do you think you can still balance it okay with school and the fact that you might play 16 or 17 games?
If there is something that they decide to do, then it's something that they just do. But I think you have to consider the players. You have to consider the wear and tear on their body, and who's actually going out there, putting that grind in, and so you have to consider the players a little bit. But if they decide to do it, then they do it. And if they don't, they don't.
All right, thanks, man.